Hey, it's Brian and Mark from IGN, and in case you decided to sleep in today, which Mark and I couldn't do, Xbox has announced a deal to buy Activision Blizzard, the company behind Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, and so many more for $68.7 billion, the kind of money we all just have sitting around. Mark, this is insane. So this now means that Xbox owns Call of Duty. Xbox owns Call of Duty, the whole franchise. Let's talk about the future of what this could mean for Call of Duty on other platforms. First things first, I just want to get like a gut reaction from you on this. How are you feeling about this news? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I woke up in the morning and I was like, let's check Twitter and see what's going on. Oh, the biggest video game acquisition to ever happen ever. So first off, I want to use the platform to say that the Bobby Kotick news that he might be gone is honestly the biggest thing that is coming from this, in my opinion. I have basically completely stopped playing any Blizzard games because I don't want to support their CEO. And so now that the rumors are is that he's gone after the acquisition is final, which is going to be a while, I just want to lead with how exciting that is. That is the most exciting thing to happen today.
I totally agree. I was texting a friend this morning and I was like, I kind of made a vow to not buy any more of those games, and now they're coming to Game Pass, so you won't have to spend $60 on them anyway. So to head into that, Phil Spencer did say that Xbox will include as many Activision Blizzard games as they can in the Xbox Game Pass service, which I believe just hit 25 million subscribers today.
Right.
No word has been made about turning stuff like Call of Duty or other mega franchises into Xbox exclusives. But if you remember the Bethesda ZeniMax purchase from last year, there was stuff like Starfield where immediately everybody hit the ground running and said, obviously these games are going to be multi-platform because there's too much money to be made elsewhere. That's not the case. Starfield is a first-party exclusive. It's launching exclusively on Xbox and PC this year. I don't think this is going to happen with Call of Duty. Now, there's a quote here I want to get to immediately. Phil Spencer said today, I'll just say to players out there who are playing Activision Blizzard games on Sony's platform, it's not our intent to pull communities away from that platform, and we remain committed to that. So that's like a very vague statement, right? So it doesn't actually 100% say that every Activision Blizzard game will continue to come to PlayStation, but it doesn't say that everyone won't. So it's right. That sort of like, so you're saying there's a chance meme from Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
It's worth pointing out that year-over-year sales of Call of Duty Vanguard, which launched last November, I believe, were down 36% from the year before, which is pretty big. But also, it was the best-selling game of the year, followed by the second best-selling game of the year, which was the year before's Call of Duty.
When I was trying to process my feelings as to whether or not Call of Duty is the big one, right? Because when you think of Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5, please make Fallout 5, those games are dwarfed by Call of Duty. Call of Duty is bigger than all of those combined, probably. I don't know. But it sells best on PlayStation, but that's because PlayStation has had a alignment with them for, I don't know, 5-6 years now.
Right.
And so Warzone is always going to stay multi-platform because that game is already out, right? The game's been out for 3 years. I don't think that's going to change. But I like to look at what they've been doing even further back. Before Bethesda, they acquired Mojang, and Minecraft stayed multi-platform, right?
Right.
Because it was already everywhere. That's a huge game, one of the biggest games of all time. But they had a choice in 2020 to make Minecraft Dungeons exclusive to Xbox, and they didn't. They put it everywhere. So I don't think it's completely out of the realm of possibility for them to pick and choose their different franchises and be like, Diablo 4 only showing up on Xbox consoles, StarCraft 3 only staying on PC. Those games don't really have console versions. It's a weird thing. Or
right.
I guess like Crash 5 could be Xbox only. But Call of Duty that's the big one, right? And so that's the one that nobody can predict it, but the narrative going around on Twitter and stuff like that has been that Warzone is going to stay multi-platform, but that the experience, the multiplayer and single player experience every year is going to be exclusive to Game Pass.
Interesting.
It's not a narrative I'm sold on yet, though.
I'm not sold on that either because, I mean, to me, financially, it seems wild and crazy to take the two best-selling games of the year on MPD, or the best-selling game of the year on MPD almost every single year, not including, GTA 5, which will not die. Please stop buying it so we can get a 6, please. To take those games and just put them on the Game Pass for a subscription service seems wild to me because that is just like you're losing out on so much money. But if the long tail goal there is to move more subscribers to Game Pass, then I kind of get it. You did bring up Warzone. That's the interesting thing because I do think that that's part of the reason why Call of Duty sales have been down a little bit. People are getting the Call of Duty experience through Warzone as free to play, and it's bringing in something like $5 million a day through microtransactions and other various revenue. It's just nuts. Just there are tens and tens of millions of concurrent players every single day. It's just absolutely wild. So to me, I think I'm with you on this. I think it does make sense to put these games multi-platform. It doesn't make sense to me, especially with Sony continuing to sell more consoles than Xbox, especially with more PS4s out there than Xboxes and more PS5s than Xbox Series X's, at least for now. It doesn't make sense to remove those revenue streams from those platforms. But then again, we've seen this happen in the past, and Xbox has done just that with some games. For every Minecraft Dungeons, there is everything that they have done with the Bethesda deal, where they have brought all that stuff home. But it would fly in the face of that quote from Phil that I said earlier about being, remaining committed to those communities and not pulling games from those platforms. And I do want to point out, like, this is coming from two unbiased people that enjoy video games. We own all the consoles. I personally don't really care where these games land. This is massive news and it's huge. So before you get in the comments and you're just like, oh, this is PlayStation fans coping or something, I don't care.
Their backgrounds are blue.
Yeah,
PlayStation fans.
I could change these color lights to what I'll make it red and talk about Nintendo. I don't care. So the thing is, assuming this deal does go through, it won't actually be like official until summer of 2023. So that's still a lot of time to see where things land. But Mark, what do you think about, and this is sort of like a pie in the sky thing, for the longest time now, I've wanted the sort of Call of Duty single player experiences to be sold as a separate SKU, because maybe I don't want to get into multiplayer. I just want to play the stories for $20-$30, finish them in like 5 or 6 hours and get them out of the way. What if that's the stuff that goes to Game Pass? Multiplayer stays multi-platform and Warzone stays multi-platform. Is that worth it though? Like, is that worth $70 billion?
It's interesting when you think about subscriber counts, right? Now let's look at Halo. Halo multiplayer is free to play. I'm pretty sure you don't even have to have Game Pass to play Halo multiplayer. So I see them going in that direction of finally splitting campaign and multiplayer. But it's all about subscribers, right? They're doing the math right now. When you lose something like Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo, which are two exclusives that they now own, that they are keeping on PlayStation as timed exclusives, they think to themselves, well, that's fine. Deathloop will eventually come. That's not what's going to sell Game Pass subscriptions. Right. Call of Duty coming out every year will.
Yes.
So they have to do the math. Do we want to make the however $1 million a year, or do we want people to sign up on Game Pass? Because the whole world is subscription based now.
I know.
I was kind of back and forth on Game Pass before Series X came out because there just wasn't a whole lot that I cared to really play on it. And one time, I don't remember what game it was for, I signed up, used the $1 subscription or whatever because I wanted to play a certain game, and have been billed $15 a month since. And now I have a Series X and I use it all the time. But that's the thing that they got to figure out. Get people on Game Pass and lose the big picture number for the even bigger picture that would be Game Pass subscribers.
Right.
I think that's what they're going to be figuring out for the next year.
I think to piggyback on that, which is a fantastic point, there's we saw the MPD numbers for stuff like Forza and Halo, which managed to sell really well too. Forza, didn't shatter records, but it was the 20th best-selling game of 2021, and that's with the ability and availability to just download it day one on Game Pass. There was that thing that a couple people did. I did, like you pay $30-something and you get to play it a couple days early. You get
the early access.
Yeah, you get some cool cars or whatever. So there is that option, right? There's multiple ways to make money off these things here, but I do think that like the big cash cow here will remain to be stuff like Warzone. But also, I just can't imagine a world where Call of Duty aren't the top 2 games on NPD because people are downloading them for free, or free air quotes, on Game Pass, right? Like
that was a thing Activision's been able to do for a long time, is say that they own this game that's always on NPD, and Xbox maybe just doesn't care as much as how that looks. You know, it's a different. We're gonna have a different CEO now.
Yeah,
Bobby Kotick was all about pleasing those shareholders by showing how big Call of Duty was every year, and Phil, maybe he's got a different master plan.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I mean, I think that one thing that's interesting here is that Xbox's philosophy of sort of like play anywhere. I'm not going to say that it's good for any company to own this many companies, but if one company is going to own this many companies, then at least it's the one that lets you, play games on multiple platforms, on your PC, on your phone, wherever it is, with cloud saving and all that stuff like that. So,
well, and they're very forward thinking as well. They were the first ones that are like, crossplay needs to be a thing, right? Yep. And we don't even think about crossplay now. It seems like everything has it, but they were the first ones to be like, this needs to be a thing. Sony needs to figure it out. And now, even going further, there was just remarks last week of Phil Spencer saying, like, if you get banned on PlayStation, we need that to be able to carry over. That way you can't just go on Xbox and harass people. Like, he's forward thinking about this play anywhere mantra. So it is good that the games are going to that platform with that kind of forward thinking mentality.
Right. I'm totally with you on that. It's also like, I do want to say, to kind of footnote this, it is fascinating to me that right now Xbox owns Overwatch, Call of Duty, and Halo, and the accompanying leagues that go with them. PlayStation does own Evo, but they don't really have a dog in the fight in terms of like full creative and corporate control of like a massive online multiplayer shooting game right now. They're associated with a lot of those things, and they're getting a lot of revenue streams from a lot of those things because just by proxy of being the best-selling console and having the most amount of those, that revenue coming in on those platforms. But they don't have their own sort of owned and controlled multiplayer game right now. So we'll see what happens.
It's a weird one.
It's a weird one. We will continue to keep covering this news between now and then. Let us know what you think about it in the comments. Be cool about it. I know this gets heated. There's console war stuff happening right now.
Yep.
Just be cool. All right. Until then, Mark, thank you so much. These are historic big days in the games industry, and I love talking with friends about it. For all things Xbox, PlayStation, Call of Duty, and potentially monopolies, stick right here with IGN. Thanks for watching.